There's perfect.
I just started.
Jada, did it help you with me cleaning out all my binders?
Yes. It would be a resource to read.
Where's my seat? Right here.
Wherever.
Yeah. I love it, girl.
You gotta sit next, you gotta cheat again.
You didn't cheat?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's against.
We'll get some Ben Gabriel.
This one's up first? No.
He's sick.
He's
Let him
getting
go.
sick. So we're gonna let him go. He's what, he's sick? Back up. I didn't work today, but
Hold my breath.
but I asked him, I said, you poor thing. So at least it's a weekend, he won't miss any work.
Oh, where I was supposed to go to the board of the Adirondacks.
No.
That's not happening.
I know, maybe that person was doing. He gave it to him. Did you, were you sitting here? Was this your seat?
You're gonna leave and then make it a hospital.
Scott, right there.
Oh, no, you got to stay. I was gonna say, you're gonna leave.
It's okay, I printed this out. It's okay. No worries, I printed it out because I figured it out. I'm sure. You know, I just brought my next year.
Where are you?
I'm gonna run down and grab one thing real quick. What time is it? Do I have time?
Sure do. It's 4:59, you have 1 minute. If you need something, you grab it.
Oh.
Save them for the hours. What's up?
Okay. Wow, how was better than him?
Yeah, I
They
know,
almost
but
were.
still. Then they want one of these.
She good enough.
Trader Joe's organic.
Oh, and they're multicolored.
Yeah.
I know, there must be another kind in there too, I don't know. I hope it's no roofie or anything like that. We'll have a fun
I'll
meeting.
be out here like, oh.
You can call them roofies, and I don't, everybody else.
I mean, I'm familiar with the check. I think it's out there.
Mark, can I interest you?
No, thanks.
Okay. What, Mr. Stiffneck?
Somebody here.
You're right there. Cover you for your house.
I got
Is it better at all? Yeah.
Oh,
Something.
Damn
Really?
sick.
Yeah, that's good.
Sit next to him.
Yes.
It's like, oh, you're cool.
Yes.
hope you took your vitamin C.
All right, I'll sign off on that damn good out here. You might not be our favorite, but we'll be in the top 49 for sure. Oh, I moved on. Say where you're at.
I'm so excited Miranda's here.
Yeah.
This is so. You're not.
Back check.
Really good. Running off a while.
Yeah, she's there.
Really? It's pretty small.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
this was, he updated.
Not great.
Christian updated this.
That's where you have one. It's right there.
Yeah. I mean, the senior center has it. I just haven't required.
This one isn't.
Yeah.
We.
You know what? You're right. Fine. I'll put them on.
Not really.
Take this much for
I feel like we're missing some of our fans.
What's that?
I feel like we're missing some of our fans.
Oh, yeah.
The peanut galleries.
You know, Friday nights, I like to go to
Oh my God, I would have something else to do. I'm telling you right now.
What would you do? What would we do?
I'd be at fish fry somewhere with a Corona in my hand. Are we being recorded right now?
Yeah, but it's got to humanize you.
Nobody's watching.
Oh, if only.
Yeah.
Committee hall.
Okay.
I haven't decided yet. My hands are always cold, so it's hard.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we're gonna get started. This is the first of our budget meetings, and usually we just meet with our department heads and go over their budgets. They're making requests for next year. They're explaining their requests to the board, and the board is free to ask them any questions if they want. And we're gonna start with codes tonight with Dan. So that being said, we will move right to 3620, safety inspections.
You got enough. I can move down there.
No, because I won't be able to be seen.
I'll
I
be
think
there.
it has back.
Yeah,
I'll be heard.
okay. But you
No,
can
you
down there if you want. I'm fine. Dan's gonna be leaving after this too.
long. Okay, all right, okay.
Dan is not gonna be here.
I just tried.
We just love Friday night.
Yeah.
Friday night.
He's gonna run out.
You don't know that I could be here, so.
Dan, would you be more comfortable up here?
I'm fine.
I know, I was gonna eat my, fish fry before I came. Okay, so Dan, starting out with 3620, start talking to us a little bit about your budget.
Oh, so one of the first things, me and Jade have been talking for quite a while. We spoke to the board of trustees about the possibility of a clerk. So basically kind of what we discussed was just one of our existing clerks, which would be Hallie, just coming over to my office. We discussed 2 days a week, 8 hours a day, just as part-time thing, just to kind of help me out. Chose Hallie because she's kind of familiar with some things. So that's kind of, Jada's on board with it. So yeah, just part-time for, she wouldn't start till, I budgeted till the end of September, I think she would start. So the end of September, beginning of October, somewhere in there. So I just budgeted 35 weeks, 16 hours a week at her current wage. So while we're on the wage, for my wage, and then I have a current contract, but I added into my budget, I added a $5,000 increase for the next fiscal year. I guess that pretty much covers the wages. getting into the 0.4s. So with the part-time clerk, a couple things kind of have to happen with that.
Can I just stop you for a second? So
Sure.
last year you did not get an increase.
Last year I did not,
Correct?
correct. I did
Okay,
not
I
get an
just want to
increase last
clarify
year.
that. Okay, thanks.
So if Haley was to come over and help me, 2 days a week, I would have to purchase a new computer for her. There is a second computer in my office right now, but the thing is, came over from the Mayflower, and last time integrated was up in my office. They couldn't even put an update on it, so it's just kind of a anchor at this point. So I included that cost. And then of course I would have to have a second telephone.
Yes.
Well, we're paused here. Dan, when did you say you budgeted Haley starting?
Say that again,
When did you budget the clerk starting?
end of September.
Okay.
Because she'll be, I think that, maternity leave
And Dan, what type should be doing?
and planning. So that's why we have those three numbers. And then the meeting stipend is for Haley for taking the minutes, taking the minutes and doing the and posting on the website. She gets paid $30 a meeting, so I did with kind of what we did this year, which we kind of had a lot more zoning meetings this year than normal. So I did. So I basically did 7 zoning board meetings. The thing is, for public hearings. We increased that last year in anticipation of the forward stuff happening, but it a couple of them happened, but the bulk of them will be coming this year. I would assume, unless something gets delayed again. And you never know, that's just a projection, we don't know, because basically for the zoning and the public hearings are for variances and stuff like that. I mean, we have no idea how many, somebody wants to put their shed closer to the line, they need a variance, and there's a few different things. So. That's it, and zoning. The cost for a public hearing is $50. I think last year we did. Actually did 7, I think last year. That's what happened. It's 7.
And that's for the publishings?
Yes. The $50 that we charge them, for the most part, that covers that. But we have also had a couple that have over $60 that we get charged. So at some point in time, we should look at our, what we got fees that we charge, because that should probably get upped.
Can we go back to the telephone for a minute? I know I said I was ready to move on, but I guess I wasn't. Did Dan's phone get onto our new phones? All right, should we see? It looks like Dan's phone went up, not down, is that?
Because we're counting 2. So it's $25, it's approximately $25 a month. So times 12, times 2 phones, so that's why I had the 600 in there.
Okay, so if, so really that number would go up contingent on the other situation, if Haley moved over there.
Mhm.
And if for whatever reason that did not come to fruition, would we be looking at canceling that second phone? It seems silly to have 2.
Well, we don't even have 2 yet.
Okay,
We've only got 1.
okay, so I know you had like the 2.
I did
old
two, but then
phones.
They got canceled. Right, there used to be two phones up there, but it got canceled when we got.
Right, okay, so now you have
And now we're
one new
kinda
phone
have
now.
one.
Got it, okay.
Okay, moving on. Planning.
Planning's really the same thing, 13% of my wage, $30 a meeting for Haley. I just figured 12 months because it rarely gets canceled. If we do cancel, it might be two, but you can reduce it by 30, 60 bucks a month. Just figured on 12. Usually sometime around Christmas time, usually that one will probably get canceled January in there somewhere, usually January. I'd rather have more in there than shorter personally, but just in case something happens and then all of a sudden we have 5 applications and then we don't cancel the meeting. And then same thing, $700 for public hearing notifications. And the difference between the two, planning board can also have public hearings. The public hearings for the planning board is more for special use permits, site plans. One more, I can't think off the top of my head right here, but there's like 3 of them they can have. Last year. Planning we did 6.
So our planning board members, when they have to have the required training, most of them are doing free webinars and free trainings now, correct?
Yeah. There's no reason not to. There are still some. Batavia used to put a bunch on. They would charge us, I don't know, 50 bucks or something, $75 a person to go. Batavia even still doesn't. I don't remember even the last time I got a notification about it. Between the state and the county, with everything that they offered, I mean, you could get probably $100 free. So there's no reason to pay for any of that training. My personal opinion. Because then also you can do that at your own leisure. You can do it at home sitting on the couch. You can pause it, just restart it, print out an email, a certificate that you completed it. So yeah, all the trainings should be done that way.
By your vehicle,
Yeah,
how is it? Everything okay?
other than that little spot.
Going back to training, just so you know, David Flynn and, well, Kathy's not on our board anymore, but David Flynn did attend that training in Batavia last year.
Good.
Yeah.
I was not aware of
I made it through half. I had to leave. It was terrible.
Okay.
But he sat the whole thing.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I didn't even get a notice that Batavia was doing it.
Tom Fenton was there, Kathy was there.
It's impressive to know.
Even I went. Yeah, no, I'm sure we can find out what gets you back on the list.
And I mean, I guess I can't say it's worthless, I mean, because you get that human interaction and you can ask questions and things like that. That's the great part of that, but I mean, they're only required to be 4 hours a year. I think for their 4 hours, you could definitely do that 3 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else for Dan? Guess what, Dan? You got it.
We're done. Well,
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
thank you all.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
You can do that, Patty.
Here, I'll move the chair so you don't have to watch.
Thank you, Dana. Thanks, Dan.
Take care again.
Have a good night, Dan.
Hi, Daniel.
Now that the
Keep knocking.
sickness is gone, we can all relax.
Okay. So do you want to talk about your equipment reserve first, the 1,500? Requesting a little bit more, or should we start with your
5,000?
budget first? Should we start?
It doesn't matter.
No, we'll stick with equipment.
So in previous years, I think Todd started at $5,000 reserve. It got us to 10 this year so that we could purchase the guns. And I was able to get a $3,025 credit for the guns, so we didn't even use the total 10. We just gave them back our Glock 21s, and they credited 285 or 275 each. Going forward, I wanted to start reserving more funds for any projects that we have going on. Like right now, we're dealing with how we're gonna update our tasers, what type of equipment in the PD or in the vehicles do we need to upgrade? What things in the PD do we need to upgrade? So I want to pre-plan for that, so we're not budgeting that total amount whenever something arises.
That's
Go ahead.
just $15,000 more. So for a total of 20 instead of 5.
20 each year. Yeah.
And your point ones, I do not see retro budgeted.
We discussed putting it in a different account. I budgeted 47,871. I think we're just putting it somewhere else.
47,871 and those other two numbers are going into a different account.
Yeah.
What was it again? 47,871?
Yes.
Where do we get that?
Basically like a 2.75 to, oh, you mean down here? So I didn't put it in the actual budget.
Okay. We had that in as cash carryover last year. Okay. There were two figures that we used for, it was 23, 24 and 24 and 25. And there was two amounts that we decided to put in as the cash carryover, anticipation of the contract settling. And then at the last budget meeting, we discussed maybe earmarking that money and putting it into a reserve, right?
So that total for the 2 years is what?
For the 2 years, it's 76 or 77 and some change.
Okay, so it is what it was in the budget last year.
Yeah.
These two. Okay, so what was the 47?
For 47,871, I don't believe it's going to change that much. When I did my calculations, that's what I came up with is.
That's for the retro.
2.75,
For
3%,
So this, okay.
25 to 26.
Okay.
I don't think I have that figure.
47,871.
47871.
Yeah.
Say it again, Christian. Can you, what is the name of that? Like, what do we call that account? Or it's just cash carryover, that's all? Like, it doesn't have to be in a place?
Well, last year we opted to put it in as cash carryover, hoping that it would all be settled, but
Yeah.
I do like the idea of having that money earmarked somewhere else.
So like, it's like a 0.125 or whatever we do. I can't remember what we've done in
Yeah.
other places. Oh, you know what? We do it here.
Right, we don't want to keep raising, taxes on that.
Correct.
amount. So we need to take it out.
We would take out the previous amounts. We would also take out Last year's?
You could take out the 47 too, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, I'll put that, I'll make a note.
That's why I didn't.
Right, okay.
Makes sense.
I think we're on the same page. Scott, did you follow?
I did.
Okay. Mark, did you follow? Okay, good.
We have to actually budget 47 more.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, so we're to earmark that. What is it? I think I'll just say that. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
So Jada, where are you putting that?
It's just gonna be like in a, like one of our reserve accounts, which will be just separate from the general.
Okay, and we'll see those. Okay. Okay.
646.
It says the wages and salaries, right?
It's a good thing I can still do math now. Oh, but I didn't
Straight
though.
time.
Yes. Is that year to date?
It's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
Yes.
No.
And I just kind of.
That's what Scott says,
Okay.
no.
Okay. So moving along,
So health insurance buyouts, keeping the same. Wages and salaries. It's hard to rate it how it would be towards the end of the year, but I just went based off of how it's been going so far and then added that to the last 3 months of the year. If there's straight time and benefits, so the wages and salaries, if it stays as it is, I show it being 838, 869. So that's a little bit above the wages and salaries of 25, 26. The 862, 760, it involves 2.75 raises to plan for. I don't know what the contract's going to be, but they're also going to be, I don't know how long the contract is either. So if they settle something in 26, 27, then I'll have to have another 2.75 ready to, if it goes up anymore. I also put in a dollar raise for Teresa. That counts for 920, or sorry, 1,920. So $40 extra paycheck. Included in that is a 2.5% raise for me at 2,102.25. And the rest is left over just in case I see the number.
You said that was $1 an hour for 2 weeks?
Yes. Any questions?
how'd you come up with the overtime number?
The overtime number, it's just the 180 with 2-3%.
Oh,
Hopefully that stays low. We seem to have.
Yeah, so right now, we're pretty low. We're at 123, 540 if we continue the rate we're at.
Yeah, I noticed the trend coming down, you know, we still have what day on field training for another couple days.
Tomorrow should be his first day on.
So everyone we have now, we had a
Yeah.
lot of field training and academy.
Yeah,
time
that's-
Last year, and we seem to be,
Yeah.
well, Alex.
So I want to make sure that obviously overtime was the only thing that was kind of low this year. So we were under, but what I don't want to do is like
Mhm.
under prepare, I guess. Cause like if we went to 140 now and then next year, 3 people leave and all of a sudden we have an extra 160,000 overtime that we can't account for. I don't want to go too low, but I understand that, we didn't hit that mark. So there's a little wiggle room as far as the port goes. You get that part.
Where are you at with overtime? Sorry.
That's what I was asking the same question, 125.
If we continued at the rate we've been throughout the entire year, around 123.
Oh, you're projecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 3 months left, so.
Okay, because I was looking at the report to date and it's only 92, so I thought, I was like, wait a minute,
Oh, yeah.
am I looking at the right one? So you're projecting 125? Is that what you said?
For a solid number, yeah, I did
Okay.
123, 540.
Okay.
Certain things that are attached to the wage, like holiday pay, training pay, unused vacation, those things have just gone up. 3% raises or 2.75, I forget what I did, but things like longevity that are set in stone, those things just stayed the same because they haven't changed at this point. And I haven't heard anything about any part of the contract change. So I just kept those the same. Officer in
He said it
charge.
again, yeah, providing part of the contract change and stuff wages.
I don't think any part of the contract will change as far as like longevity or I don't know, field training officer pay or anything like that. I haven't heard it, so I didn't change it. So
When you say you haven't heard it, I mean, those were negotiated and I don't know whether or not. they
I'm
would
just
be-
going based off the old contract. From last I knew when I was in the contract, we were just going over wage, so that's what I'm basing it off.
Last year I spent a lot of time on a stipend spreadsheet, so I think it was factored into last year's.
Was it?
Gosh, I hope so. I put a lot of time into that. I guess I can't be sure. But I think, I mean, we did kind of
So-
assume that there would be some increase.
So on the previous one, it was factored into increasing it?
It was provided to Todd. I don't know. Actually, you know what? He did a lot of work on it too, so I'd be really surprised if he did.
Okay.
Now that I'm remembering.
I just kept it the same. I don't see it changing, so.
I will, I'm gonna make a call on Monday, because I did see we had another bill for another meeting with the labor attorneys, and I'm going to, I'll try to see what they're potentially looking at right now, and then
Yeah.
I'll get with you.
Okay.
And we'll
I can adjust these.
accordingly.
Yeah. Like if we know it's a set number, I can adjust these numbers and go off a fresh sheet. And
Very frustrating. It's just been nothing but frustration, this process.
but pay will change some of the stipends. I don't know if that's going to change, so I just kept them the same. PT went down a slight bit because I know the certain officers that are going to do it, so I know the officers that aren't, so I didn't need an extra $1,000 there. Officer in charge went down a few $100s just because we have multiple sergeants, so it's less likely you're paying for officer in charge on certain shifts. Clothing allowance, we're running with 9 officers and sergeants and myself. So I budgeted for 12 just in case anything were to change. Somebody gets it, leaves, and then somebody else comes in. So I've dropped that down to 12 officers. And community policing, I believe I think we were under 5,000 so far. The year's almost over. So I dropped that down a bit, so it wasn't taken away from other things. But it was still available. Because we did a decent amount of events this past year, and where we're at, so
Were you able to do those on duty?
yeah. But some of them where we had guys come in, we paid them through that instead of the normal. time.
But you said you were able to do a lot of events last year. Do you think that was because you were able to flex in a lot of on-duty time?
A lot of it
That?
was during the day.
Like
Some of the
during
things
somebody-
like the Parade of Lights, that was,
Of course, but I mean, like like I know from past administrations in the department, it's been difficult to get on-duty presence, popping in places. And I know that was something we talked about during your interview time. I just wanted to see, like, did you feel like that's been
yes,
beneficial? Like you
Yes.
guys have been able to pop in stuff?
having that there is good.
That's great.
Sometimes some people can sign up for it, that might increase, so I want to keep it there, obviously, so that we have that separate.
What about the reduction in retirement sick time ratio?
I believe we only have one payment left. Was it Trent?
So what do we do with the time that we're accumulating now? Do we put that in our books for a separate number? I mean, so 18 days a year, 10 employees.
We have to account for, this on the AFR, and it's compensated absences. And Miranda does keep a spreadsheet of that time.
Do we earmark separate money for that though?
We do not.
So we don't have that sitting
Is that the sick time? 5 days that they get?
Did confidential fund, I'm sorry.
That's part of it. But also there's something.
When they leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did confidential fund go away or just to a different place?
It went away. I think we've used that. We didn't use it this year, and I'm not sure if we used it last year, but we don't have many CIs to. The task force kind of is taking that over, so.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not agreed upon yet, but I included the first year payment of the tasers and body cams from Axon. That's in point twos for 15,756.
Can you talk about that grant? That 2,000 match grant, you know? Is that applicable to what you applied for? I haven't dug into it yet.
That's new. I believe that's a 1-to-1 match.
Mhm.
She just emailed me that the other day.
Would
It could
that-
go towards this.
That's what I was asking, like, if we were awarded that and we were planning that expenditure anyway, would we be able to use
Yeah.
those grant funds towards the invoice you already received?
Yes.
Or the estimate?
I mean, I'm not sure if that could go directly into the bill or if it would just go to general.
But like, that, okay, you answered me.
Yeah.
I'm sad. Thank you.
For the patrol cars, that's a little bit different of a situation. I've looked into what the county's been doing. They use a leasing company. A lot of the time it's called municipal leasing. So the difference with the ban on that is that you don't have to go back and get new rates every year. It's the same rate, it's fixed. And they give you however long you want to pay it off, whether it's 3 years or 5 years, or for ambulances, it could be 10 years plus.
Does the rate change?
It's fixed.
What is-
So right now it's fixed at 4.97. In the quote that they gave me. It would be 4 equal payments of 47,643.59. Would it be considered debt? It's considered an expense if at some point they check every year to see if it's budgeted for, and if at some point, let's say they couldn't, then they would cancel the lease for budget reasons. So it's not a debt. It's not a.
But once you pay that, do you keep the cars or
They,
do they?
they, at the end of the contract, for $1, they let you buy it back.
That's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was, when I spoke with Sheriff,
Yeah.
he said that. So.
But that's at the rate of 176,000. This says 180. So far I've budgeted, or I've gotten quotes for Tahoes, Explorers, outfitting them, everything. So the Tahoes are around 57. I think for that 180 and the quote, I didn't know what the price they were. It could have been anywhere from 60 to 70. One of the dealers gave me a quote for just above 57 for Tahoes, and another dealer gave me a quote for anywhere between 52 and 55 for Explorers. So it's not that much of a difference. And outfitting them everywhere I've checked is around 22,000 each. So it would be at the most with the Tahoes, obviously they're a couple grand more. Would be around 160. I'd want to put a little bit more in there just in case there's any extra expenses during outfitting. But I just received all these numbers today, so that's why it's not okay.
So this is for three vehicles?
2 vehicles.
So I know you don't want to hear this, but have you looked into the car price?
Car, like Chargers.
Like, yeah, I know that the Chargers didn't work for us in the past, but are there cars? that-
Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah, no.
They don't make any of those anymore. Ford stopped making cars. The only things that are available for Ford are the Explorer, the Expedition, and the pickup truck. And for Chevy, they have new electric vehicles and Silverados and Tahoes.
What are the troopers using?
Chargers, Durangos, Tahoes, Explorers, everything. And every single one of them has their own problems. It really doesn't matter which way we go with it.
I remember when we had the Chargers.
Oh, I think we went through what? 2 trannies, a couple engines.
Yes, it's awful. And then we looked at a pickup truck one year, and it was, but it wasn't.
It'd be nice just because if we ever get a trailer for our equipment, have something to tow it, but there's nothing saying that we couldn't get a tow kit for any SUVs we get in the future.
You know what our band rates have been? You know,
It was just 4.64.
It was, it is one.
You know, depending on, it's been 3.95. 21, it was 0.29. So yes, it just depends.
But it's just another avenue if need be. With the municipal leasing, the money would be given to us at any point. I think the quote's up until April. They'd give you the money now, but the payment wouldn't be due until your fiscal year. You can put it as far as a year if you needed to. But put it in the situation, let's say April, they give us the money, they put it in an escrow account with the village's name on it. And then we would pay the dealer through that, and then eventually the outfitter through that. And you can use it however you need to by a certain point. That way we don't have to wait until June or later than that to purchase vehicles, so that we probably don't get them until February.
Because we usually bring in the bands in October, so it's. Although we're done with that right now, right?
This will be our last payment this year, this upcoming budget
Oh,
year,
something.
26, 27.
What's the mileage?
On the Tahoes,
Yeah,
they're in the 50s.
multiple.
Mhm. 2.5 is currently at Heartways. They had a bunch of lifters done, spark plugs, but then it came back and it was leaking oil, so they went right back.
Ford, which the oldest one you got?
Well, the K9 vehicle, I I changed out the back seat with the old 127, and that turned into the new 127. That was an accident, so that one's gone. The newest Explorer we have is a 2021, I think. But that one's ready. I mean, that's getting up there up to close to 130,000 miles. So, guys can't push that. That has an appointment on Monday to get its engine looked at to misfiring as well, just like 2.5 was. So that is a car that we're using, but can't punch. So
Mark, are the expeditions, like, which Ford, Chevy, I know you work on the Chevy, but, okay. So I always hear that the Fords tend to last longer when you're looking at the SUVs. Is there any truth to that?
No, like Christian said, doesn't matter what you get, they all have problems, and they just have separate problems. We had the Fords with the turbos in there, and they were doing a lot of idling.
yeah,
And we were replacing turbos.
but the difference with the way we did the Tahoes is we can turn off the vehicle and the computer still stays on.
Correct.
That stayed on for a different reason because the modems would turn off.
Right.
But I spoke to Greece. They have like 50 something EcoBoosts, so they're doing the turbos completely. They have the hybrids. They only have a couple of them because they're getting costly to replace stuff because of the batteries. So right now it's either like an EcoBoost Explorer or a Tahoe. That way, if it has any mechanical issues, we've got Ford and we've got Chevy.
Correct. And
The Durangos have their own problems, but we'd have to bring it out to a dealer somewhere else if need be.
last time we ran it, we had serious motor problems.
I've heard that too.
I think you want to get that.
Yeah, they said the V6s have the problems, but they should get the Hemis, but the Hemis cost so much more and they're hard to find in the police vehicles.
Data, my mind is blank. What is the name of that report that you send us every month that shows us how much we've spent?
Oh, I just sent it to you this afternoon. It's the budget report. I sent it again this afternoon to you.
Thank you. It's just called budget report. I've been calling it something else. The one that like shows all the bills that went out.
Same course?
Oh, no, that's the appropriations.
Appropriation. I saw the report. Appropriations.
The tech grant, not in this, it's mostly spent, I think I have it. For the new, if we were to get 2 patrol vehicles, I've already bought 2 $3,000 rugged Dell laptops and 2 radios for them. So it's about 7,000 that we'd have to spend out of our own budget.
Is that outside of the 22 that was outfitted?
Yeah, they put those in. So if we were to make them get the radio and the laptop, so it would be a lot more, yeah.
So that's with us supplying them
Yes.
the 22. Oh, okay.
There's about 2,365 left in the current equipment reserve. That's after purchasing the guns, the lights. Any questions about 0.1s or 0.2s?
What did we currently have budgeted for the body cameras and tasers?
Nothing, they were paid in full already.
Okay. So we weren't paying a subscription for anything to do with that.
I believe the entire 5 years was paid up front with the
Okay.
ARPA.
ARPA. That is ending in 28, and I think I mentioned it at the previous meeting. If we were to go with something else, I'd want to get it out in service prior to that so we can work out any kinks.
There was a decision you needed for the grant, that email you sent,
Yeah.
March, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I think I can get that down a little bit. I've been talking about taking certain things off, and they mentioned possibly giving us a few discounts on training and giving it to us for free and things like that. So it looks like it might be around the 120 range, which would be, I looked up, I got a quote for just the body cams in 22, and that was 90,000 alone. So adding the 30 grand on for tasers, we're saving about 30 or 40,000 bundling it together. If we were to do it at separate points, over time, over the 5 years, it'd be about 30 or 40,000 dollars difference. But they are willing to do a shorter or a smaller upfront payment for like the 15,756 for the first year, because that would be mostly tasers with body cams kind of coming in at the end, and then you would pay the bulk of it year 2, 3, 4, 5.
right, it was an email that you just sent, though. What was that? What was that? It was the one-to-one you were just talking about.
Oh, the grant writer sending me that.
Is that what it was? I don't know. I didn't follow.
Yeah, that's only for 2,000.
Right, so did you need permission for that? Because if you have, I mean, it was my thought that if you had money left in your budget, I don't think it's an issue with me.
I just thought I had to get approval for it, so
Yeah.
that's why I
think
sent
that
that.
was match.
That's a very good idea, but I'm just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. If you have money in your budget, I have no issue with it.
I don't know how that had to be voted on. Or,
No, you're right. I mean, we can, but we would tonight, right?
You
We
could.
would have to
Yeah.
vote on it, but I thought it was after our 9th meeting. But
it's on March 12th, I believe, is the due date.
Oh, so
Right,
it's still
so
in
we can
time.
do it in.
Oh,
okay.
sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's a good idea.
I thought
that was my take.
okay, good.
Never mind.
Erase that part.
Okay, point 4,
Point 4 is vehicle maintenance, 35 from 33.5. We're using about 26 after this year. We're using about 26,000 in fuel. I budgeted to get 4 sets of tires, and then it left. The 4 sets of tires is 33.50, and then for any miscellaneous, repairs, 5,650. That's lower than it usually is, because if we were to get 2 new cars, that would all be covered under warranty. Just like the Tahoes, most of anything that's happened to them has been covered under warranty. Office supplies, CNHPC is increasing their contracts to the businesses. They're doing a set rate every month. They gave me a figure of 13,200. It was a lot higher prior to speaking with them. I believe it was in the 20s. But after going through what our needs were and how many computers we have now, they dropped it down. They were charging us for each computer and then each person. So it was a lot. So now they just changed the contract. So they're just paying us for each computer and all the services for the 11 computers. And that ends up being 1,100 a month is what their fee's going to be. So that will need to be voted on as well. And the rest of it is just the normal bills, Delange or Delage, BXI, Biometrics, AT&T, Spectrum, Verizon, Staples. Those are all, or actually not Staples, but they're all set bills, payroll. So those are going to be the same every month. I put in a little bit extra just in case there's any increases in that. And then I left 4,000 for any unforeseen expenses, and then 2,050 for computer upgrades. But mainly the increases for CNHPC.
Where is that? Or how come I,
Equipment and supplies.
where is it? And equipment and supplies?
Where it says office and infectious control, that I think it was,
Oh,
we
okay.
changed it to office and IT.
Oh, I was ahead.
Huh? Yeah.
Remind me what 1033 travel expenses are.
So with the 1033 program, you don't have to pay for the equipment that you get through them, but obviously you have to pick it up. That can range anywhere from California or just down next state, Pennsylvania. So it depends where things are and what the equipment is, but I just put 2,000 in there for any travel expenses. Books we usually have a lot, and we'll print batteries, and if any car radios or portables need repaired or replaced, I budgeted for that as well. So it stayed the same. Equipment is, I think it went up 2,000. I want to get a couple radar units for the new vehicles, budgeted for 3 vests, just in case. I know me and Reeves are up. This person might be as well, so. Budgeted 3,000 for equipment.
What's a reader you cost now?
They are 2,600 each around.
Budget for two?
Yeah. 2,300. 1,200. And change. I think it's like 1,299 or something like that.
And 2 of you are up this year.
2, yeah, 2 for sure. I have to check with the Meredith, but I think, you know, I think he brought us over, so
How long do they last? How long?
5 years.
Did Dan come with his own vest or did he get? him back?
No, we got him on. And then I don't know how it gets mentioned, but we're in the diamond program, so 1,750 came back to us in the general fund for a credit for turnover. They help pay for vests, so. Budgeted for 3,020 duty gear. It was higher this year. I've spent a lot more than that this year because a lot of guys didn't have things that they should have. Evidence collection supplies, that stays the same, 500. We have to upgrade our flashlights and our cameras. We have like these little waterproof cameras that don't take very good pictures at all. I did find a couple cameras that were laying around, like photography cameras, and I put those into the Tahoes instead. But I don't know if they're going to last. They're pretty old, but they do take better pictures. Budgeted 1,700 for ammo, $200 for any spike strip parts that we need, and then 2,000 for hiring expenses and 5,000 for any unforeseen expenses. But it only went to.
You can, You know, if you feel like these categories here are not fitting, you can change them.
Okay.
You can add them if, I mean, because I think some of us are having trouble following you. I know I am.
Is there a copier?
And I mean, you can, if these are not fitting for what your budget wants to look like, you can fix those. You can add whatever.
Well, it's just
Add
like
new
a
line items or
single
whatever.
equipment and supplies. But I'm just
Yeah,
speaking out loud over this, but it did
no,
go.
that's fine. I just was telling you that you could fix, you're not locked into
Of
this.
course. Travel and training expenses, that tends to go up throughout the years. So I said another $500 of that. Dues, I think that took away from something else that was 1,000, but I just have cheap suits that are $500 a year for union. I believe everything else stayed the same.
Grant writer was a portion of G&G, correct?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm, is it cleaning? Yeah, building cleaning.
That was split with Jan.
Yeah. It's been hard to keep up on it. I don't know. I know that was taken out prior to, but it got pretty bad with us coming in and out. So it'd be nice to not have to mop when I have stuff to do. And I can get these separate lists for you guys about what I've been teaching, so you can follow along with that.
Are you gonna be, good with your budget this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that was over was the wages and salaries. If it stays the same, it might end up, leveling out and doing just fine, but everything else. Really, the only big difference is reserve, Axon, vehicles, and then CNHPC up in their price.
only 2%.
I'm not sure what the raises are, but whenever we get that information, I can adjust this so it reflects that.
How many vehicles do we have, patrol vehicles?
Right now in the lot, 1.5. You can't use 2,
Yeah.
3 like we need to. That's just a transport car right now, or a
Yeah.
call car. But I'm hoping that when we have 4 newer vehicles that they can all get rest if each guy is set to a certain vehicle, so that for that wheel, it's not being used at all. So it'll keep the miles down and the maintenance down. Because I'm not sure what 2.3 is going to need, but that's not under warranty, obviously. It's 5 years old.
When did we last buy you?
3 years ago? Or, yeah, 3
This
years
is the
ago.
3rd year.
3 years ago.
This will be the 3rd year.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Wait till we get something there. I mean, they're still nice. I got to get them cleaned up.
I mean, as far as the room wise and.
Yeah, even the guys in the back like their room if they get. They're like, wow, it's really comfortable back here.
This budget report you gave us, Jada, is that as of today?
No, that's the one that I did on the 15th.
Thank you.
I'll be updating the other one, this weekend or next week. Mhm.
Okay, does anyone have anything else for Christian?
Oh, you got capital improvements evidence room? Did you talk about that?
Oh,
Capital
how
projects.
could we miss that?
So yeah, obviously the 180 isn't what would be in our budget for, the patrol cars. I don't know if I mentioned there'd be 4 separate payments if it was the municipal lease for 47 and change. But for capital projects, our evidence room is about, with the cabinets in it, you have about 2 feet of space to wiggle in. It's not big enough for how much evidence we have to bring in nowadays, and kind of bogged down. So between cleaning up the 3rd floor and getting with the DA's office and getting rid of stuff, I want to bring everything that we don't need upstairs, but I want to change the evidence office into the new evidence room because it's a little bit more square and bigger. And that would just be, stick tiles and drywall and some 2x4s and plywood for shelving.
Is that with us doing it in-house? Did you
Yes.
check with Jason?
Yeah.
On the cost?
This is for the Burrell's old evidence room office. That's what I want to turn into the new evidence room.
So that would be for tile, what else?
Tile, drywall, and just wooden shelving, some fabricated.
And that's that locked room on the 3rd floor, right?
No,
It's
it's
down
that
in
one.
the police department.
It's the door
Oh.
that's in the hallway to our locker
Oh,
room.
yeah.
Right now, I'm not sure if there's anything in that room that's older than like 1986, so it hasn't been touched.
So what are we putting in for your vehicles then? If it's not the money it
That
goes
number is going to change because from the quotes I've gotten today, it's a lot. It's about 12,000, or it's about 28,000 less than the 180, or 18,000 less. Sorry, $18,000 less than the 180 is the total. But that monthly or that yearly amount's going to change because that was for the 176 that she quoted, which is more than we need.
So what's the yearly cost for the?
For
two
the
vehicles?
176, that's more than we need. She quoted 47,643 and 59 cents
For each vehicle?
for 2 vehicles, 2 both outfitted, but over 5 years.
Okay, so we're gonna change that 180 to 47.
Yes,
Paying 4 times a year though. No,
once a year, 5 years.
once a year for 5 years.
Or 4
Okay,
years.
I had 4 years. Is it 4
Yeah,
or
4
5?
years, 4 years.
Okay.
And what's the yearly? 40?
47.
643.
That's probably going to be lower because we don't need as much as was quoted.
And that would be a 4-year lease if that's how we want.
Yes.
Okay, well, that helps.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say that before we went to the
Okay.
capital, because when you said 200,000 extra, I'm like, whoop.
Yeah. I can reroll.
Yeah, that'll go down though, because thinking around 165 would cover us for any thing that we don't see going forward. I just put it as 180 because I don't know which way we're going to go with it.
Okay,
Well, we have
okay,
to add,
we just need to be on the same page.
well, we got to add in 47,871 for the rental.
Well, yeah, Well, I mean, it depends, I guess. We should add it in, but,
I thought we were gonna earmark that. We're gonna earmark that.
the
separate.
past
The
ones,
past.
but
this
for
year's
going
budget.
forward,
I thought the new one we were adding to it.
Right, because right now it's 23, 24, 24, 25, and then if we earmark 25, 26.
Yeah, I'm stuck on that too. Why don't we have to account for the new number? I understand cash carryover for the old ones. We've already
Mhm.
accounted for those. I just didn't follow the new one.
Because I mean, 25, 26 is gonna be ending, so in your new budget, if you probably shouldn't put that there to raise the tax on it.
But we haven't accounted for that money yet, have we? Or was it accounted, or are we saying it was accounted for in last year's point ones? That's what I,
Correct.
okay, now I thought.
It's right, it's in.
It was
this-
in their regular salaries, not
Right, it's in
under
this
regular.
column over here, right?
Okay.
right, so you're gonna pull that, yeah. okay.
Right, because, yep,
Mhm.
And that's what we did last year as well?
we put it as like cash carryover.
I don't have any notes on that. So that was not a part of the 400,000 cash out carryover?
It
or
is,
what?
it
It
was.
is part.
I have the whole breakdown, I can send it to you if you
Yeah,
want.
that would be great. I don't
Yeah.
have anything on.
I
Yeah.
don't have that either.
Because I emailed, during the budget last year, a sheet and it showed all the changes.
Yeah, maybe I just didn't move it over here, but this is,
Okay.
thank you.
Yep.
No, I need paper.
As far as the regular budget, I think for this year, for what our needs were, it worked pretty well.
Yeah, well, hopefully you won't go to your projection. Because we're at 100, right? We budgeted 100
For what?
for your overtime, sorry.
What, you couldn't read my mind?
190.
Well, but we budgeted
I'm sorry,
100,
180.
we budgeted 180 and then we took out 80.
Yeah.
See down
So it's
below.
100.
So it's only 100.
So yeah, I think both are projected, they look like it will be a little bit over. But that could level out with all the changes we've had in,
Right, in regular salary.
because we've got 1, 2, 3 at step 2 that where, Burrell was working at step
Right.
sergeant.
Mhm.
There's differences.
Jada, didn't we decide that starting this year, we were going to, when the board did these reductions, we were going to put them like in red underneath that line item so that they would stand out a little bit more.
I think we're gonna put it in this side, the last column.
Last column.
Right, so if you make a deduction, I will put it on that side.
Okay,
So if you,
budget is modified and then just put it in red or something like that.
yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
Yeah, because if you weren't looking, you wouldn't even notice that. Now I'm cold. My hands are freezing.
Okay, does anybody have anything else for them, for Christian?
Yeah. Nothing for them.
Nothing?
Oh, I'm gonna have a lot.
Oh, yeah, you're
For
not done.
tonight? I feel good about you.
Like I can breathe now, but.
Yeah,
you're not-
Yeah.
not
Just don't
done.
come later with you send your next question.
Yeah.
This is the easy one.
Okay.
No, how was it? You did very good, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Oh,
like
yeah.
to have that for you guys. The breakdown for each, so that you could see it as I was going on. Besides that, do you want this so you can see?
If you don't, I guess, I mean, if you don't mind, it wouldn't hurt. I mean,
'Cause
when
I
we start
feel like
breaking
this would
down
be
stuff.
A lot.
It would be, and just.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
You could do it as
I
a
can send that
second.
over.
If you have a spreadsheet on your salaries, I mean, I'm
The
assuming
increases?
you already have it already all. If
Yeah.
you could share that too, that would be great.
Talking about for the increases, right?
Yeah, however you have it. I mean, don't do anything crazy, but
So here's what happens every year is you guys, we do these meetings with you. We think we have all the questions answered. And then we all sit around the table going, do you think he included this? Or
yes,
do you think he used that? Whereas if we have that stuff in front of us, oh, I see what you did here. So you guys have already done all like the laying it out work,
Mhm.
but then, we're calling department heads at 10 o'clock at night going, hey, did you factor in? So it's just.
Yeah, we're talking about from what was budgeted last year to final. Everything.
Yeah, whatever information
whatever
we
you-
used.
Yeah, whatever you did to get to that,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure you have, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything you make specifically for us.
And I've
It's,
got a million pages on Excel.
okay,
so-
yes,
I'll just get it together for you guys.
yeah.
So the next meeting was scheduled for the 13th. Jason isn't going to be here on the 13th, so that's what we were going to do.
That's really easy.
Um, So we're going to cancel that meeting on.
You snooze, you lose. Right, on vacation.
Okay, that's it.
Canceling the clerk's office too.
I'm not scheduled yet. We can. Not ready.
So what's their next one?
27th.
All right, so I can pull the 13th off my calendar. We're not gonna change to something else. Okay.
Fire.
Okay. That's it. 6:30. Done early.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chief.
You don't need that stuff. Yeah, Christian, we don't need that tonight, like.
No, I know.
Okay. I just wanted to get you right, thanks.
Well, Sunday do, way more than I can send over.
No, we won't get it.
I have it, I'll just get it.
March 27th.
No.
We just canceled it.
Yeah.
We got
Yes.
How we gonna get it?
Thank you.